Hello, I'm Tala Herzallah. The poem I'm gonna discuss is I Look at the World by Langston Hughes. So let's start. I look at the world. I look at the world from awakening eyes in a black face. And this is what I see. This fenced off narrow space assigned to me. I look then at the silly walls through dark eyes in a dark face, and this is what I know, that all these walls oppression builds will have to go. I look at my own body with eyes no longer blind, and I see that my own hands can make the word that's in my mind. Then let us hurry, comrades, the road to find. Now we will talk briefly about structure and form analysis and literary devices, but we will dig deeply into choice of words. So let's start. Okay, first of all, structure and form analysis. There is no specific set of lines. It is free verse. The poem has 3 stanzas with 5 lines in each, except for the last stanza. It has 6 lines, and now we will discuss why. Second thing, now in the first 2 stanzas, we have only 2 rhyming words in each. In the first stanza, we have see and me. In the second stanza, we have know and go. But in the third stanza, we have 3 rhyming words, which are blind, mind, and find, which might indicate that the speaker finds at the end some kind of solution to his problem. The extra line in that stanza is for the same reason, in my opinion. So it is the solution that the poet finds. Second, the choice of words. The poet in the whole poem uses simple language with the simplest words. Maybe this is because he's addressing his people, the American African people, who were not actually allowed to be well educated as the white people. The second thing is, let's move to the reason of associating some words with other specific words. In the first stanza, we have awakening eyes associated with black face. And blackface here refers to people with black skin, with no offense to them. And so that's why this does not actually belittle their ability of being conscious and awakened. But on the other hand, in the second stanza, he uses dark eyes with dark face. And dark eyes here refers to the way white people describe black people, and this is an offense to them. So it's associated with dark eyes, which is the effect or impact of words on them, resulting in seeing everything with dark eyes. Number 2, the use of word know instead of see. So we have in the first stanza, and this is what I see. But in the second stanza we have, and this is what I know. I see that the poet wrote this to show the difference of his attitude from seeing without realizing, with no attempt to do anything to solve, to thinking how he can or they can make their lives better. This all indicates that there are 3 steps the speaker went through to reach his last decision in the last stanza, or the last solution, let us say. And this explains why in the second stanza at first he uses silly walls, but before the end of it he explains what are these silly walls by saying they are walls oppression. So here we can see and touch the high levels of bravery the speaker or the poet is going through. Now, third thing, we have the literary devices. We have mainly two literary devices, which are repetition and symbolism in this poem. Let's see them. We can see the repetition of the word I look in the three stanzas, referring to the three steps in changing mindset towards life. In the first two stanzas, the poet was looking to the outside world. In the first stanza, I look at the world, and in the second stanza, I look then at the silly walls. But at the moment he looked at his inner body, his eyes were no longer blind, and he reached to the conclusion that he can do whatever so he wants. He says, I look at my own body with eyes no longer blind, and at the end of the stanza he says, the road to find. Now, before seeing the memes, I want just to conclude the message the poet was trying to deliver. The poet talks about how much he, as a black person, suffers because of white people's treatment. But at the end of the poem, he gives the readers a hope that he finds the road to complete life in a different way. Here are two memes of white and black people. And this is a video to watch that represents or shows the poem in such a different way. That's it. Thank you for listening.